It's Week 14 of the NFL. And coming up next is the Commanders' sure-handed wide receiver, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Commanders and the Bears, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gordon on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start with the option. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. He's giving me the evil eye, folks. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, here's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Williams going to look to throw again. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. That one goes for 24 yards. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. To the air, Williams. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Here's Williams. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They'd been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw, Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. Jermaine Johnson, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And this one is right down the middle, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And a look at a guy. Little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Daniels looking to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. To throw, it's Williams. A quick throw there is incomplete. This defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throwing is Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. You talk about this Washington defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you...
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. Looking to throw is Williams. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Hardman to return. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now Daniels. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. To throw is Daniels. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That's complete. Romadunze. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Williams. That pass complete to Moore. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start on the ground with Harris. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The partner of this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now a 2nd and 2. To the air goes Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Daniels setting up the screen. Harris. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. A try here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Williams from the gun on 3rd down, being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now the Commanders' offense set to take over. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Second and 3. Thomas has got it. Complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In motion right is Thomas. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He gets it to Thomas. He's got room to roam. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Thomas, 33 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jermaine Johnson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He juked him. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Harris running straight ahead. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Back to throw. Daniels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
One of the best in the NFL in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't matter to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Hardman on the return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball. And we just saw there that that's difficult to do. but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Here comes third and about a foot. On play action, here's Williams. That is caught. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
From the gun, here's Williams. And he'll go right. And the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Washington offense back out there. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach half. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. They'll roll him out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll go play action here with Williams. And this is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Josh Oliver. 37 yards. And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think that. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Following the fumble recovery, Williams looking for the out route, and he's got more. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To the air, Williams. And that is incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Michael Penix has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he powers his way up past the 30. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Here's 2nd and 3. He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Strong running at the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. It's Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Point after here coming up. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Throwing is Williams.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Williams. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. More the motion man. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
To throw, Williams. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. Brought down at the 20.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Working out of the gun, Williams. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rome Odunze, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bears have cut the lead back down to 2.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Williams going to throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got Rome. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
To the air goes Daniels. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Daniels. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. Short throw, caught by the tight end, Oliver. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Williams. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis. And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To the air once more, Williams. He'll find Gabriel Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At their 48-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Washington on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8. To the air, Williams. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Chicago offense set to get started. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
Let's go now. Bronco switch. Bring it.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the run.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Gabriel Davis, 33 yards. And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Automatic 1st down.
Robinson on a give right side.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Daniels looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. In motion left is Thomas. On the give, here's Robinson. Powering forward. And he'll go down at the 28. 51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Daniels. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Pass interference. Defense.
Now they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On the run, it's Robinson. Fights him off. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 8 yards out. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. And we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Extra point forthcoming. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Commanders' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Here's 1st down.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Pass complete. Thomas.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. He's got Thomas yet again complete.
And he's going to pick up a 1st down here as that clock continues to run.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, in need of a big play here and then a timeout. Here's 2nd down.
On the draw, Robinson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
They'll run here with Robinson. Fights through him.
Missed.
He will not go down. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, you know, people, these 2 rows, you have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He's performing the drill on that run.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. Right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Now a first throw here in overtime. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Bates' kick is good.
And they have regained the lead. That was a big risk here in overtime. You send him out to fire away from long distance, but he knocks it through to give him the lead.
Edgy, don't you think? Because if he misses there, ball goes to the spot of the kick, correct?
Yep.
And guess what? That only leaves about, 20 yards or so for them to go downfield and be in position themselves. So you have confidence in him, and you have confidence in your defense to go ahead and let him kick that one.
Onto the field now come the Bears.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back and keep everything in front.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Williams from the gun on third down.
And the pressure gets to him again.
Jermaine Johnson.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
He's got a man complete.
He's to the 15.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A
great game partner. Spectacular finish. They needed at least a field goal to keep the game alive. They do one better. They get it in the end zone and end it.
And I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. That type of a game takes it all out of us as well, not just the guys on the field. What a tremendous finish, and as you noted, were they going to go and try and get 3 and keep the game going? And that wasn't good enough for them. They got the touchdown, and that's why we're able to say goodbye.
So for Chicago, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's their very first clunker of the year as they'll fall to 12-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.